Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you to this. Give me 1 minute. We got a copy of it. Good evening. I am the Glenville State College Pioneer, a symbol of the pioneering men and women who settled on the Little Canal River Valley and built this college in 1872. In 1873, an early published for the college wrote, "No place on earth could be found more suitable than Glenville. The inhabitants are civil, moral, refined, religious, and generous to a fault. As a symbol of those fine people, I assure you today that each and every one of us possess those same values." My name is Matt Roush. I'm a senior majoring in land surveying. At the request of the fire marshal, I will not be shooting off my musket like I usually do. So those of you relying on heart medication can relax, and those of you relying on electronics, will you please silence your cell phones? I offer you a warm greeting to the campus of Glenville State College. Please rise and remain standing for the processional and the playing of the national anthem.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you to the ceremony of installation and investiture of the 24th president of Glenville State College. I ask men to remove their caps as Pastor Brian Groves provides the invocation. Pastor Groves.
Our Father in heaven, what a great privilege it is to be able to address you like that. I want to thank you for so many blessings that we tend to take for granted, and especially during this weekend, we want to thank you for the gift of freedom and those who have paid the price to have, so that we could have that gift. I pray that you'll continue to bless and protect those who are standing in harm's way for us today. I thank you for this college and what it has meant to this region. I thank you for the literally thousands of men and women who have come across this campus, and they have gone out and touched and influenced thousands of others. Lord, I believe according to your word that it is you who places men and women in positions of authority. We believe that you have placed Dr. Pellett here at Glenville State College for this time and for a divine purpose. I pray that you'll bless him, give him wisdom in the decisions that he will be making. I pray that you will help him to surround himself with wise counsel. I pray that you'll bless him physically, emotionally, and spiritually for the task that lies ahead. I also ask you bless his family as they stand by him and support him through this great task that he's been called to do. I pray for the staff. I pray that unity would prevail among them, no matter what job they're doing here at the college. For your word tells us that when we dwell together in unity, that you command the blessing, even life forevermore. And so we ask you bless this college abundantly and bless Dr. Pellett as he leads us. In the name of Jesus Christ I pray. Amen.
Please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem performed by Christian Bryant and accompanied by the brass ensemble.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched with so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
President Pellett, members of the Board of Governors, Glenville State College faculty, administration, staff, and students, members of the Pellett family and honored guests, we are pleased to inaugurate Dr. Tracy L. Pellett as the 24th president of Glenville State College. The GSC family thanks you for joining us on this lovely day and for sharing with us our hope, pride, and joy as we begin a new renewal in the life of the college. I'm Gary Morris, Vice President for Academic Affairs, and I'm honored to introduce the members of our platform party this afternoon. Board of Governors, please stand as, let me stop here. Please be seated. Sorry. Board of Governors, please stand as your name is called and remain standing until all have been introduced. I ask the audience, those in the audience, to hold your applause until all have been introduced. Mr. Greg Smith, Chair. Mr. Tim Butcher, Vice Chair. Dr. Bill Deal. Mr. Steve Gandy. Mr. Rich Heffelfinger. Sorry. Mr. Ralph Holder. Ms. Sue Morris. Mr. Mike Rust. Mr. Larry Baker, Faculty Representative. Mr. Dustin Crutchfield, Staff Representative. And Mr. Cameron Woods, President of the Student Government Association. You may be seated. Also on the platform today are members of our federal, state, and local government. Please stand as your names are called. Again, I ask those in the audience to hold your applause until all have been introduced. The Honorable David McKinley, Congressman representing the United States House of Representatives. Mr. Brian Aloise, Representative for the Honorable Joe Manchin, 3rd, Senator representing the United States Senate. Mr. Corey Facemeyer, Representative for the Honorable Douglas Facemeyer, West Virginia State Senator for the 12th District. The Honorable Brent Boggs, West Virginia House of Delegates for the 34th District. The Honorable Roger Hanshaw, West Virginia House of Delegate for the 33rd District. And the Honorable Dennis Fitzpatrick, Mayor of the City of Glenville. Also on the platform are special guests of the college. Please stand as your name is called. Again, I ask those in the audience to hold your applause until all have been introduced. Dr. Paul Hill, Chancellor for the West Virginia Higher Education Policy Commission. Mr. Reed Amos, Commissioner for the Mountain East Athletic Conference. Thank you. You may be seated. On the platform are also representatives of our community, administration, our faculty and staff advisory boards, our students, the GSC Alumni Association, the GSC Foundation. Please stand as your name is called. Again, I ask those in the audience to hold your applause until all have been introduced. Mr. John Beckbold, Vice President for Business and Finance. Mr. David Hutchison, Vice President for College Advancement. Mr. Rusty Vineyard, Vice President for Student Affairs and Athletics. Dr. Kevin Evans, Chief Faculty Marshal. Mr. Dennis Carpenter, President of the GSC Alumni Association. Ms. Sandy Pellett, President of the GSC Foundation. And Pastor Brian Groves from the Sand Fork Church of God. Thank you. We appreciate each of you for taking time from your busy schedule to be with us today. We're honored to have two of our past presidents with us today. I ask them to stand at this time and be recognized. Dr. William K. Simmons, who served as president from 1977 to 1988 and 1989 to 1998. And Dr. Bruce Flatt, who served as interim president from 1998 to 1999. Thank you. At this time, I'd also like to ask the Glenville State College Emeriti faculty and delegates and representatives who are in the audience and from other institutions to please stand. Thank you. At this time, we will hear greetings extended to our new president. Our first greeting is from the Honorable David McKinley, Congressman representing the United States House of Representatives. Congress McKinley.
And thank you. And thank you for the turnout here for this celebration. I got in last night from Washington. We've been having quite a few interesting discussions in Washington lately, but I wanted to be here today for this investiture of this president, because my family and I, we have a long-standing relationship with this college. And I can remember coming back here in the 50s and the 60s with my grandmother, because her father, Lewis Bennett, was the first president of this college. So we've always had a relationship. So Simmons, you know, you and I have had conversations back in the 80s about this contact. This is a college that means something to me, that touches my heart, touches my family, that we're very much concerned and can look for the future of what you have opportunity for us in West Virginia. And I can't think of a better person right now to be leading this institution than Tracy Pellett. He represents a lot of the qualities that I think we're looking for in West Virginia, and I'm honored to be here as not only as a family member that joined you as a family member, but also as a member of Congress, that what we've asked them to do, and I want to present this to him, is in his honor, was a flag flown over the Capitol in Washington. And I wanted that because that flag flying over the Capitol represents freedom and hope and confidence in the future of where we're going to go as a nation. And I can't think of, again, anyone better than, in this time, at this place, than Dr. Pellett to be able to lead this charge, to be able to do what's necessary. So, Dr. Pellett, I'd like very much to present this to you. I know you've got other things. Well, thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, Congressman McKinley. Our next greeting comes from the Honorable Joe Manchin, Senator in the United States Senate. He's unable to be with us this afternoon, but sends greetings by his representative, Mr. Brian Louise. Mr. Louise?
Pioneer Nation, how we doing? All right. That's what I thought. I am honored to be here today on behalf of your United States Senator Joe Manchin III to mark this evening's occasion. Senator Manchin sent me down here with a greeting, and I'd like to read it on his behalf. And it says, "It is my privilege to welcome the Glenville State College students, faculty, and alumni as we celebrate the inauguration of Dr. Tracy Pellett as the college's 24th president. Since joining the Glenville team in July of 2017, Dr. Pellett has made great strides in preparing the college for its future. His vision for Glenville is truly admirable and a tremendous step forward for West Virginia education. The best way to secure the future of our state and nation is to invest in our students. This requires providing the diverse opportunities, incentives, and tools they need to become successful in their fields of study. I am always impressed by this educational establishment, which makes exceptional contributions to its community and to our entire state. The many public service programs, academic departments, and diverse student community truly sets a high standard for West Virginia education. Our state is fortunate to have gained such a truly devoted professional as Dr. Pellett. I am confident his expertise and vision for Glenville State College will greatly benefit our students, faculty, and staff for many years to come. Again, I congratulate Dr. Pellett and welcome him as Glenville's president and wish him good health and happiness to him now and the days and years ahead. With warmest regards, your United States Senator Joe Manchin III. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mr. Louise. Our next greetings come from the Honorable Douglas Facemeyer, West Virginia State Senator for the 12th District. Mr. Corey Facemeyer is representing him today. Mr. Facemeyer?
Good afternoon. As a graduate of Glenville State College, it's my pleasure to represent my father, Senator Doug Facemeyer, in welcoming Dr. Pellett as the 24th president here at Glenville State College. It's also my honor to extend this proclamation issued by the West Virginia State Senate naming today Dr. Tracy L. Pellett Day. On behalf of my father and my family, I wish him the best of luck in leading Glenville State College into a new era.
Thank you, Mr. Facemeyer. Our next greeting is from the Honorable Brent Boggs, West Virginia House of Delegates for the 34th District. Delegate Boggs.
Good afternoon. It is an honor to be here, Dr. Pellett. It's an honor to participate in this inauguration ceremony, and it's a very special honor to see seated here two past presidents that I had the privilege and honor to have as a student when I was here at Glenville State College. I think so much of these gentlemen, as well as many of the staff that are here and former staff, made a tremendous impact on my life, my family's life, and countless thousands and thousands of other West Virginians. When I was preparing to come today, I had spoken with Teresa, Raven, and I wasn't sure, I couldn't remember if they said just speak with 3 or 4 pages or 3 or 4 minutes. So I'll lay the pages aside and I'll just go with the very brief greetings. But I'm very, very appreciative. I'm very thankful for Dr. Pellett, for his family being here. I'm also, Glenville State College means so much, not only to this community, but to West Virginia. It is truly the economic driver, it's the academic driver, it's the cultural driver. So many first-time students have attended Glenville State College and continue to do so. And Dr. Pellett, I think you already know that we have such an active group of friends and alumni from around the state and all over the country that are willing to step up to the plate and assist you and the college in any way we can. It is absolutely imperative at a time when West Virginia desperately needs more job training, more graduates. Glenville State College is very, very integral in that formula. And Dr. Pellett, I know that I share your enthusiasm. I think it's contagious. I know my colleague, Delegate Hanshaw, is very excited as well. You'll hear from him in a moment. But I think this is a new era, a new opportunity for Glenville State College, and I look forward to, with excitement and anticipation, for the good things that are going to happen, the good things that are going to come in the future, and seeing Glenville State College continue to grow, to lead, and to make an impact not only in West Virginia but beyond. And finally, I would just like to say, on this very joyous and most happy day, we need to take time. Tomorrow is Veterans Day, but I want to thank, whether it's on the platform, in the audience, or wherever anyone would hear. I'm so thankful for you that are veterans and your veterans' families. Thank you for your courage, for your service, for your sacrifice, for all that you do, because by the grace of God and your sacrifice and your valor that we're able to gather here today in ceremonies like this and to see people young and old across West Virginia and beyond be able to reach their goals and their dreams. Thank you very much, and Dr. Pellett, good luck, and Godspeed in your new journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Delegate Boggs. Our next greeting is from the Honorable Roger Hanshaw, West Virginia House of Delegates for the 33rd District. Delegate Hanshaw.
Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of those that I represent in the 33rd Delegate District, it's my privilege to join Delegate Boggs and Senator Facemeyer this afternoon and bring greetings on behalf of the legislature as we pause for a moment and consider a historic day, not just for Glenville State College, but for our entire community. Inaugurations of college presidents give us a rare opportunity. They give us an opportunity to pause and think about how it is that we approach problems and how it is that we develop solutions to those things that bring us together as communities. And since his arrival at Glenville State College in July of this year, I've had the privilege of meeting with Dr. Pellett on a couple of occasions, and it is indeed an honor that we have a gentleman of his stature leading Glenville State College and providing leadership here in our community. As we reflect on where we are as a state and where we are as a nation, there's perhaps never been a time that we've been more in need of leadership than we are today. We're perhaps more in need of ideas, solutions, plans, and energy than we've ever been as a country. And those factors all come together in Tracy Pellett. Dr. Pellett, unlike my colleagues, I am not a graduate of Glenville State, but I got here as quickly as I could. Good luck and congratulations.
Thank you, Delegate Hanshaw. Our next reading is from Major Dennis Fitzpatrick, representing the City of Glenville. Mr. Fitzpatrick.
Dr. Pellett, I've told you in private that I feel honored and humbled to be on the platform. But folks, I got to be honest with you. I'd rather be fishing. Would. What a great event. And again, I thank Dr. Pellett for allowing me to be here. Chairperson Greg Smith, thank you very much for inviting me. You gotta love politicians, and I'm not a politician. I am a mayor, but I'm not a politician. But if you noticed, all the politicians come up here and they spoke. They didn't look at any notes. I didn't want to make any mistakes. I wrote mine down. Good afternoon, guests of the platform party, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Chairperson Greg Smith, for the invitation to speak today and to welcome Dr. Tracy Pellett and First Lady Dr. Heidi Herschel Pellett. I met our new president on the day that he announced that Glenville State College would not increase tuition. I just happened to get back to the office from an early morning meeting. Vice President Hutchinson called me and asked if I could come to the press conference. Luckily, I was dressed for the occasion and was happy to accept the invitation. My first impression of Dr. Pellett, and they say those are lasting impressions, was here's a man that is genuine, sincere, and has a love for his students, customers of Glenville State College. I believe that he will do whatever is in his power to move Glenville State College forward in the state of West Virginia to make it the best college. I so look forward to continuing to work with Dr. Pellett and his staff during his tenure with us here in Glenville. It is indeed an honor and a privilege to be able to say, welcome Dr. Pellett and First Lady Heidi, not only to Glenville State College, but to the city of Glenville, a small city with a big heart. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Fitzpatrick. Our next reading is from Chancellor Paul Hill, representing the West Virginia Higher Education Policy Commission and the American Association of State Colleges and Universities. Dr. Hill.
Good evening. It's a pleasure to be here to spend a little time with you this evening. I also have to recognize Dr. Simmons and Dr. Flack. Not only did these two gentlemen serve as previous presidents of this great school, but also served where I stand today as Chancellor of Higher Education, sometimes doing so at exactly the same time. So thank you. It is an honor that you're here with us today. And on behalf of the Higher Education Policy Commission, it's certainly an honor to offer our heartfelt congratulations to Dr. Tracy Pellett here today for his investiture at Glenville State College as its 24th president. President Pellett is an energetic and engaged leader who, in a short period of time, has already become an integral part of both the higher education and Gilmer County communities and beyond. It is clear that Dr. Pellett is driven by a love of learning and is deeply committed to ensuring greater success in higher education for all students. When President Pellett arrived in West Virginia, it didn't take him long to start putting ideas into action. He quickly recognized the potential of Glenville State and his distinct role the college could play in providing unique learning opportunities and serving low-income, first-generation, and rural students. He's already shown that he's not afraid to serve as a bold and courageous champion for the school, its students, its faculty, and the community it serves. Dr. Pellett clearly understands how acutely this campus impacts not only the region, but the entire state of West Virginia. I've been impressed by Dr. Pellett since I first met him, but he gained my admiration earlier this fall. I had invited him to speak at a meeting at the Higher Education Policy Commission and to meet many of the doers and shakers, if you will, of the state's higher education community, many of the other presidents. President Pellett politely turned me down. The meeting had fell on move-in day for incoming students here at the college, and he explained that it was more important for him to be here on this campus to support his students, their family, and his staff, and I couldn't agree more. Dr. Pellett's priorities are clearly in the right place, and he consistently stands as a clear message that students come first. I am a firm believer that we should always strive to put students at the center of our decision-making. If we can do that, we will do them well in our jobs, and more importantly, we will also do good to our communities. So again, on behalf of the Policy Commission, congratulations to you, Dr. Pellett. We are grateful for your commitment and your leadership. Congratulations also to the Board of Governors, students, and faculty, and the administration on this historic event. We certainly celebrate with you today. Thank you.
Thank you, Chancellor Hill. Our next greeting is from Dr. Gregory, from Dr. Gregory Aloya, Dean of Clemmer College of Education at East Tennessee State University. So, Dr. Aloya, I think last minute was unable to attend, so we will move on. Our next reading is from Mr. Reed Amos, Commissioner for the Mountain East Athletic Conference. Mr. Amos.
On behalf of our other 11 proud Mountain East Conference colleges and universities, and in acknowledgement of their rich collective histories, I'm quite pleased to represent them not only today, but each and every day. And I'm honored to offer a welcome message to new Glenville State College President, Dr. Tracy Pellett. Those of us with ties to any of our Mountain East Conference institutions embrace a history of educational opportunity, which has been overarching for many student athletes who have leveraged athletic opportunity to achieve academic success. In many ways, our MEC institutions have served and shall continue to serve students in geographic areas that might go underserved without the prideful tradition of higher education at institutions such as yours here at Glenville State College. Glenville State College has been an integral part of our collective histories, becoming much richer under the mantle of the Mountain East Conference, including 3 team national championships, multiple individual national champions, and 7 team national championship appearances. Every MEC institution has now earned an NCAA postseason berth, with the Pioneer women's and men's basketball programs proudly among them. We are equally proud of our 1,500 Mountain East student athletes that have earned distinction on the Commissioner's Honor Roll, with nearly half of these honorees earning a grade point average of 3.7 or higher, with many pioneers prominently among them. We collectively achieved many successes despite smaller athletic budgets than the overwhelming majority of NCAA Division II institutions. Through a partnership of like-minded institutions, such successes are achieved with a combination of hard work, a focus on appropriate investment, and talented administrators, coaches, and most importantly, talented student athletes. It deserves noting that the inauguration of a new president is a time to acknowledge all that the past has brought forth, as well as our hopes and aspirations for the future. And it is my honor to welcome Dr. Tracy Pellett as the newest member of the Mountain East Conference Board of Governors. The hopes and aspirations of our institutional athletic program serves as a reflection of the hopes and aspirations within the missions of our institutions. Our mantra in the MEC is providing opportunity and pursuing excellence. At our core, this is what we aim to do for our student athletes. We proudly acknowledge that the same pursuit occurs each and every day here on the campus of Glenville State College on behalf of all of its students. So once again, welcome President Pellett. I, along with the Mountain East Conference Board of Directors and our MEC staff, stand ready to work with you as we look forward to not only continuing but enhancing our traditions of excellence and our mutual efforts to lead the Mountain East Conference to even greater heights in a way that collectively supports the missions of Glenville State College and our outstanding colleges and universities that make up the Mountain East. Thank you very much for allowing me to be here today.
Thank you, Commissioner Amos. Our next reading is for Greg Smith, Chairperson of the Glenville State College Board of Governors. Mr. Smith?
I'm going to change this fair up here just a little bit. I want to make sure I was the best one that was up here this evening, and doing that, it's got to be the shortest one, so we can start running our stopwatch about any time. Definitely want to welcome Tracy to our organization, to our family at Glenville State College. One thing he didn't know he was getting as far as the board of governors, foundation board, faculty, staff. He also gets the community of Glenville. That's something that was in the fine print he didn't know he was going to receive. Tracy brought us with a lot of enthusiasm, excitement, new ideas, and things he wanted to strive to accomplish while he was here. And you can tell he is moving quickly with that. He asked for ideas, keep him informed. Well, we give them to him. Sometimes he doesn't like everything we got to tell him, but at least he gets ideas, so he gets to wade through them. But with new ideas and a great body of people, that's what brings a good product. So I welcome Tracy to Glenville State College and his new family.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Our next reading is from Professor Larry Baker, representing the faculty of Glenville State College. Mr. Baker?
Thank you, Mr. Morris. Can any of you see Dr. Pellett, faculty? Okay, so I'm used to addressing people straight on. So you watch him. If there's a place that he doesn't understand, you mark it down so we can repeat it here after a while. So it is indeed an honor to represent the faculty here. I'm a long line of Glenville State College graduates. My wife, my sister, my nieces, my uncles, aunts, and fathers, and 2 more generations back graduated from here. They all talk about the faculty on occasions, and the memories are different time frames, but the principle of high expectations, academic integrity, and education comes first from the faculty at GSC remains constant in their memories. The faculty that I endured, and I did not misspeak, as a student at Glenville State College was my extended family. They even showed up at the start of my family when I married a graduate of Glenville State College. And although my wife states that they came to see her get married, I would like to think it was a little bit of both. Now, the first meeting I had in your office, Dr. Pellett, you explained that you demanded transparency from yourself and your leadership team. I commented to make this happen, you would have to be an extrovert and stubborn because this will take time to succeed, and we must achieve this in both directions. We then talked about being an extrovert and continually speaking the message, but at the same time have excellent listening skills. And then we discussed about being stubborn. This somehow led to a conversation about our wives, who we know now share similar traits. But this is an important part, faculty, before you text my wife. At the end, we both stated with confidence we had married better than our wives had. The faculty over here that I spoke with, who have already met and spoken with your wife, have concluded this as well. I'm glad we're in agreement on this subject. At this point, we, the faculty, would like to welcome your better half, our First Lady to Glenville State College. Dr. Heidi Henschel-Pellett, please stand and be welcomed by our faculty. You guys keep an eye on him now. Dr. Pellett, the faculty welcomes you to Glenville State College, and we wish you well in your first and future years as president. We pledge to you our continued dedication to our students. We pledge our best efforts to advance this college. We pledge to you that we will agree, disagree, support each other, defend our own, and get on with the work at hand in a civil and transparent manner. We have taken notice of the Pioneer updates, the President's advisory team, and the President campus updates, which you have initiated to help with communications and transparency across the campus. We took notice, and so did our legislators, oh my goodness, when you started your presidency, by announcing a no tuition increase for our students, while other colleges in the state went in the opposite direction. These actions and several others we have witnessed thus far reinforce our beliefs of high expectations, academic integrity, and education first. The action of no tuition increases this year highlights our tradition that Glenville State College is blazing the trail for others to follow, or in short, we are pioneers. At this time, Dr. Pellett, the faculty would like to welcome you as a fellow pioneer and as a member of the GSC family and faculty. Faculty.
Thank you, Professor Baker. Our next greeting is from Mr. Dustin Crutchfield, representing the staff of Glenville State College. Mr. Crutchfield.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am pleased to bring greetings today on behalf of the people that I am honored to call coworkers, the dedicated and hardworking staff at Glenville State College. Although it does not seem accurate to say, Dr. Pellett's time at GSC has been brief. However, in these past 4.5 months, many of us can already see his vision. He has renewed a promise to serve the students and families of Central West Virginia and beyond, along with the pledged commitment to keep Glenville State College prosperous, thereby helping our great students and employees, talented and selfless alumni, and those in our communities to live better lives. And although I know he prefers that the focus be on Glenville State College as a whole today instead of him, ceremonies like these serve as an important reminder to our newly installed leaders. a reminder that our staff assembly stands ready to support him, just as we know he will support us. We wish Dr. Pellett continued success during his tenure here at GSC. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Crutchfield. Our next greeting is from Mr. Dennis Carpenter, representing the alumni of Glenville State College. Mr. Carpenter.
Good evening, everyone. Dr. Pellett, it's a great pleasure for me as president of the GSC Alumni Association to welcome you and your wife to Glenville State College. I believe you will find the GSC community to be one of the most caring, loyal, and positive communities in all of wild and wonderful West Virginia. After having worked with you these past few months, I believe the timing is perfect for a president with your leadership style, one that is energetic, bold, forward-looking, and transparent. As you move forward implementing your program of work, please rest assured that the Alumni Association will be supportive, encouraging, and following your direction as we strive to promote and support GSC into the future. Let's go blue.
Thank you, Mr. Carpenter. Our next greeting is from Ms. Sandy Pellett, representing the GSC Foundation. Ms. Pellett.
Good afternoon and greetings to all. Dr. Pellett, it is our honor for me to welcome you today on behalf of the Glenville State College Foundation. Celebrating your inauguration provides a special moment to reflect on the contributions GSC has made to our lives, to this community, and to the state of West Virginia. Today, we remember our most deeply held values and goals as we join you in looking towards the future. Thank you for embracing these values. It is my pleasure to pledge the support of our foundation in helping you reach your vision, building value, securing futures.
Thank you, Mrs. Pellett. Our next greeting is for Mr. Cameron Woods, President of the Student Government Association at Glenville State College. Mr. Woods.
On behalf of the Glenville State College Student Government Association, we would like to welcome everyone to the 2017 inauguration of Dr. Tracy Pellett as the 24th President of Glenville State College. We'd like to welcome Dr. Pellett and his family for becoming the newest members of the GSC community. For the student body at Glenville State College, this is an exciting time in welcoming a new president to the institution. Dr. Pellett chose Glenville State College for its student-centered faculty, dedicated staff, interconnected campus community, and a proven track record of innovation and success. As president of the student body, I challenge Dr. Pellett to remain vigilant about holding Glenville State College accountable for being a student-centered institution while listening to the voices of the student body. The students at GSC look forward to working with Dr. Pellett in new initiatives and creating a journey of a well-rounded education. We want to wish Dr. Pellett and his family the best of luck in their future endeavors at Glenville State College. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Woods. Our greeters today have spoken fervently and knowledgeably about the past, present, and future of Glenville State College. They have also expressed unanimous belief and trust in the skills and abilities of Dr. Tracy L. Pellett to lead this college. I thank them for participating in this significant occasion. It is now my pleasure to introduce Chancellor Paul Hill as we begin the investiture. Dr. Hill.
Thank you, Dr. Morris. The installation of a new president is a hallmark event in the life of any institution. The presidents who have previously led this institution have established a heritage that has inspired the growth and development of this college. Today, it is my distinct pleasure as Chancellor of the West Virginia Higher Education System to proceed with this investiture. As Chancellor of the system, I certify that on April 4th, 2017, in Charleston, West Virginia, the Commission assembled and approved the election of Dr. Tracy L. Pellett as the 24th President of Glenville State College. Dr. Pellett, you will have the privilege and duty of leading this institution to meet the many challenges of today and of the future. The Higher Education Policy Commission is fully confident that you possess the vigor, the vision, the concern, the affection, the commitment, and the determination that will realize even the boldest dreams of this college. I ask the Glenville State College Board of Governors, Chair Greg Smith, and Dr. Pellett to join me as we continue this investiture. Mr. Smith.
We look forward to your successful execution of the many roles of the college president. Colleagues, teachers, friends, advocate, leaders, and a dreamer of the future distinction of Glenville State College. To symbolize the office of the president, we have selected two items. The mace found in front of you, the medallion for Glenville State College, I think he was scared that was a choker chain. For the mace, crafted in 2000 for the academic ceremonies, is a symbol that represents the legal and chartered authority of the college, and the presidential medallion, struck in 2000 as well, signifies that the president accepts the mission of the college. President Pellett, by virtue of the authority of the Glenville State College Board of Governors, I present you with the presidential medallion, and for the name which is placed before you, will you preserve and extend the mission of Glenville State College to the best of your ability?
I will.
Will you govern and lead this college, its students, faculties, administrators, staff, and alumni?
I will.
On behalf of the Board of Governors, I welcome you as the President of Glenville State College. I assure you of our confidence in you and pledge our support to you to strive to continue the greatness that this college, for this college's destiny.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to present to you the 24th President of Glenville State College, Dr. Tracy L. Pellett.
Well, good evening. I have to admit, after hearing all these kind words and challenges, I feel a little like the mule that the farmer entered in the Kentucky Derby, and When they asked the farmer if he thought the mule could win, he said, well, no, but look at the fine company he's in. And I'm in great company, very fine company today. Well, I'm honored to stand here today and very thankful for the opportunity. As I've heard this, I think I've become a little more emotional as this went on as well. Although being presented a United States flag that's flown over the Capitol was pretty humbling right at the start. Well, I was a little hesitant, and my staff will tell you this, to really focus much attention ceremonially on my assuming the duties as president. I recognize that a presidential investiture and inauguration is a symbolic institutional celebration, and it provides a natural campus renewal that needs to be recognized. I'm most happy that this event, and really most of all, brings so many together to celebrate this institution and what it means to all of us. While leading any college is a challenge, I think this is a period of great challenges: financial, social, political, and technological. However, with great challenge comes great opportunity. With turmoil and strife comes innovation and improvement. With friction and confusion comes modernization and advancement. And I am filled with optimism and joy at what can be for this college, its faculty, its staff, and its students. And I'm filled with great positivity for the community of Glenville and the region, and Glenville State's role and place in it. While I have the capability and almost a superhuman power to speak briefly, I must admit that this event will negate that superpower somewhat, as I will need to spend just a few minutes expressing thanks. Afterward, I'm hoping to cast somewhat of a vision for you all in terms of where the institution is headed and what it will take to get us there. While I will try to be concise, and I promise, I still appreciate your indulgence and your patience. In fact, the last big community speech I gave, the Master of Ceremonies got a little frustrated as I went on probably a little longer than I should have, and he ended up throwing a gavel across the room, actually, at me. Well, it went over my head and hit a lady behind me, and when I asked her if she was okay, she said, "Hit me again, I can still hear him." Well, my hope is that we won't get anywhere near that today. So let me begin. And 30 years later, she's still my wife. Well, there are so many of whom I want to express thanks. First, let me get right to it with thanking the Board of Governors of Glenville State College, who have entrusted me the responsibility of leading this great institution. Especially, I want to thank Greg Smith, Mr. Tim Butcher, and all the other members of the search committee who graciously selected me as the institution's next president. I also want to thank the people who could not be here but sent their greetings, and all of the fine representatives who delivered those greetings. I'm certainly honored to have Congressman David McKinley, Delegate Brent Boggs, Delegate Roger Hanshaw, and even Delegate Martin Atkinson, Mayor Dennis Fitzpatrick, and all the other elected officials and/or their representatives here. I would also like to thank the delegates of other colleges and universities, particularly at this, President Carolyn Long from West Virginia University Institute of Technology, President Chris Wood from Davis and Elkins, thank you so much, and one of my favorites, without a doubt, President Tim Berry from Alderson Broaddus University. I am personally humbled by your presence here today, and thank you, gentlemen and ladies, for coming to show your deference to us as well. Thanks to all our K-12 superintendents and school representatives, particularly Richard Duncan from Roane County, Gabe Devano from Randolph County, and also thanks to our partner, Tammy Sumter, and all those others from Aramark. We appreciate your support as well. I want to thank those former presidents of Glenville State that are in attendance, Dr. William Simmons and Dr. Robert Flack. While Dr. Flack brought stability in a time of change, and by developing important partnerships with Roane County, among others, Dr. Simmons greatly expanded Glenville's presence in the state and was bold enough to drill oil and gas on this campus to help defray costs and provide additional financial resource. And by the way, they're still all operational today, and we still enjoy that financial resource. I want to thank the Chancellor, Dr. Paul Hill, for participating in this ceremony today and providing extraordinary leadership in higher education in our state. His expertise and willingness to be assistive and supportive to all campuses, including Glenville, is unmatched, and a great educator he is. I have to thank Reed Amos, our athletic commissioner from the Mountain East Athletic Conference, for attending. And I want to thank the greater Glenville community and all of those in it, like our foundation president, Sandy Pellett, her husband, Rodney, our alumni council president, Dennis Carpenter, and people like Bob Marshall and Jamie Haga and Doug Cottrell, Shelley and Luke DiMarino, Doug Morris, Mary Lee McPherson, Dr. John Westfall, Dr. David Corcoran, Steve Shriver, Randy Ratliff, Jeff Jenkins, Terry and Nasha, and Diana Butcher, among others. Always giving. And who I consider, and I've been told, is also considered the Dalai Lama of West Virginia. He's a spreader of wisdom, among other things, Mr. Ike Morris and his lovely wife, Sue, that help us all to remember that there are givers and there are takers in life, and we at Glenville State and beyond have been transformed and inspired by their amazing giving and support for this college. I also want to pay tribute to the great faculty, dedicated staff, and coaches of Glenville State College. Their dedication and commitment is the driving force of this college. Our faculty, staff, and those coaches do what has to be done. They ask for little, but they give much time and time and time again. While presidents get inaugurations and are, we say, critical to the success, the culture, and the focus of the college, it is really the faculty, those staff, and the coaches that work with the students every day that have the deepest and most lasting impact and are forever forged in the memories, the lives, and the students' families for generations. I want to thank the directors, the department chairs, and these vice presidents that were mentioned, especially Rusty Vineyard, Dr. Gary Morris, John Beckfold, Marty Carver, David Hutchinson, who have been nothing but assistive, giving, innovative, challenging, and willing to look out of the box, outside of the box with me. Of course, I have to thank my family, including my father and mother-in-law, Floyd and Gail Henschel, who are here today, my daughter's fiance, Dr. Phil Montour, the only man that's good enough for my daughter, by golly, and the children, my own children, Abigail and Avery, who are my personal heroes, as they have already achieved much in their short lives, despite having me as a father. Finally, I express my deep appreciation and thanks to my wife and the First Lady of the college, Heidi, for her constant support, many times unwanted and unrequested advice, but also for her guidance, her knowledge, and her love for more than 30 years. She is my best friend, she is my strongest critic, but also my deepest love. Please join me in expressing thanks for all these individuals. Also, I have to thank the great musicians behind us, the singers, and Dr. Bowen. Lloyd is just a phenomenal gem to this campus, and I can't tell you how much I've appreciated just being in awe of his spirit, and it's always great what he's doing. If there's anybody else in the room that I have not thanked personally yet, and I think I've thanked just about all of you, thank you. Well, I'd like to tell you, at least quickly, the top 5 things I've learned already as a president in these 5 months. Number 5, don't put your dog on Twitter, as he will become more popular than you. Number 4, walking on this campus will build abnormally large calves. And I got to tell you, that is happening. Freakishly so. Number 3, the president is in fact the main DJ on campus when it comes to musical chimes that you may have heard in the morning, noon, and night, and I do take requests. So please pass those on. Number 2, I have learned to be sure to drive or sit in the front seat, because if you don't, I will get ill driving these great West Virginia country roads. And the number 1 thing I have learned is lowering tuition does not help you make friends with other public West Virginia university presidents. And as you notice, I don't think any are here today. Well, at least the privates love me still, so thank you guys. Well, I have certainly learned more than what I have listed here today, and I did have one public too, thank you. I want to focus the rest of my remarks quickly on what I view as the most important people and true future of this campus, and the group I am most honored to serve, and to whom all rests in terms of Glenville State's success and achievement. That focus, and my thanks, are to our students. While none would argue this point, it is clear that in higher education, our behaviors have not always supported this tenet. As states have continued to defund and disinvest in higher education, institutions have similarly raised tuition and fees to a rate that is disproportionate to that even subtracted from state funding. Glenville State was not immune to this behavior, as it raised tuition the last 10 years straight, becoming one of the most expensive institutions in West Virginia. There has been no greater time in our history where higher education and the dream of a more prosperous future has become more unattainable than today. And a major obstacle is the cost associated with going to college. Well, moving forward, it will be critical that Glenville State play a central role in creating value and securing the futures of our students and families through affordable educational opportunities for all West Virginians. We must demonstrate that we are accountable, that we are worthy stewards of the people's trust and money, and that we are committed to this awesome fiduciary responsibility of using the resources given to us to achieve the greatest public good, which is an educated citizenry. Well, we took a major step in my first weeks at the helm by symbolically lowering tuition by $1. We were the only four-year institution to not raise tuition, and by this action, let all of West Virginians know that Glenville State was going to lead in improving in student access to higher education. We also lowered our board rate and have been working hard since that time to find other ways to make college more affordable. Well, I'm happy to announce 4 ways we will enhance students' ability to pay for college in the next 6 to 12 months. Through a very good financial stewardship plan, through the great work of Vice President Beckfold, and better and more targeted and effective institutional scholarshiping, I will be bringing a proposal to the Glenville State Board of Governors at its next meeting to recommend the reduction of full-time tuition by no less than 2% for the 2018-2019 academic year, conditional on no additional cuts in our state appropriation. That's a good time to clap. Well, here's a bigger one. In addition, I'll also be proposing for this next summer, 2018, a 20%, not 2, not 5, not 10, but 20% tuition decrease for this summer. Absolutely. We can do this because these measures are designed to enhance enrollment, speed time to degree, and encourage degree completion. We are currently exploring, and I'd say number 2, we are currently exploring an innovative online approach to purchase and rent textbooks that could save almost 1/3 off of student book costs by fall of 2018. Number 3, We will be examining every fee and its necessity with the hope of at least decreasing to some extent half of all current course fees that are now on the books. That is our goal. Yep. Well, as for the greatest thing in the world that we're all focused in on is parking. It has been recommended, and I will enthusiastically support and recommend to the board a 50% decrease in the student parking permit fee for next fall. There you go. I knew my students would get like that. And in the meantime, I will tell you this. I will approve a significant decrease in the cost of parking fines effective this January. Okay? Now, those of you that didn't clap, trust me, you'll have a ticket out on your car, and you're going to be very thankful that that happened. Okay? Well, finally, I have to tell you, we're going to continually and enthusiastically and energetically raise money for scholarships. While our foundation currently provides more than $300,000 a year in funding from private donations and endowed scholarships, we are already raising significant and additional monies to meet the request of those most in need and with merit. At the same time we're making college more affordable, though, it's critical that we continue to enhance academic quality through the examination of program offerings, having the courage to set aside programs with little student and/or employer demand, and focusing more resources on those that have greater relevance to the economic and career needs in West Virginia and beyond. Particularly, I might add, the health sciences. It will be a goal of ours to offer a nursing degree, among others, by this next fall or the following spring term. And as you know, there will be much work to do to make this a reality. We will continue to encourage faculty development, make improvements in our classrooms, and enhance our overall technological infrastructure. We will focus more emphasis on undergraduate research, service learning, and international studies, among other areas. We will also begin overhauling and modernizing our own website this spring to improve communication, recruitment, and the overall image of our college, which we all know is so important in this web-centric world we live in today. I'm very proud to say that we're not only looking to enhance what we currently do, but also enhance the way it's delivered across the region and beyond. By the fall of 2018, we will minimally have 2 degrees, possibly 3, that will be fully online. Business, criminal justice, and other degrees will assist Glenville State in doing what it already does best, which is provide access and flexibility where none might have existed. All the while, quality and excellence have to be and will be first and foremost. We will continue to reach out to our K-12 partners, but particularly in encouraging higher education participation by encouraging dual enrollment in high school college courses. This running start for qualified high school students has the potential to be a very big game changer in saving students and families money and significantly shortening time to degree. In addition to the academics of the college, it must be said that with the leadership of Vice President Vineyard, that student life, including athletics, will create the real energy of a very engaged campus. With renewed focus on improving and upgrading strength and conditioning facilities for athletes, the fitness and wellness facilities for the general student population, as well as the hiring of activity and outdoor recreation-focused staff members this coming month, it is hoped that students will exercise their bodies in the great outdoors and engage in activity as much as they do their minds in the classroom. Athletics will continue to play an important role in the future of this college, not only in terms of competition across various sports and in developing institutional affiliation and community affiliation, but also as a means to develop and model the mental and physical toughness that's required by all of us to succeed in today's world. In earnest, we have begun to develop an academic success center already, dedicated to enhancing student advisement, career readiness, tutoring, disability services, and mentoring. It is through this center that we hope to provide the strengthening of that which was covered in classes and provide a helpful voice, a listening ear that will enhance retention and improve time to degree. Well, all of these combined efforts build real value for our students and the state. It is this Glenville State value proposition that we will work to grow enrollment and enhance retention. It is through this value proposition that we hope to be a disruptive but positive force in the state so that other state institutions will not only be hard-pressed to raise their tuition further, it will encourage the state legislature to reinvest back into institutions like Glenville State that are working diligently to educate many first-generation, needs-based, and rural students. This building of value, affordability, access, and quality has the potential to secure the futures for generations to come. Well, I have to tell you, the history of our campus is outstanding. We're fulfilling the mission of educating young men and women of Central West Virginia and beyond. Many of you in attendance today have labored and given much of your life to that pursuit. While we do have great challenges ahead, I want you to know, first and foremost, that our future is bright and it is limited only by the limitations of our own creativity, adaptability, and efforts. I have great confidence, tremendous confidence in those around me and in all the staff, all the faculty, the coaches, the community, the alumni, the families, and the students associated with this college. Today, I accept my place in this fine line of individuals who have been fortunate enough to be selected for leadership of this institution. Working together, we will continue the tradition of Glenville State College being a true lighthouse on the hill. Working together, we will build value and secure futures for our students and this state. May God continue to bless Glenville State College in the years to come and all of you. Thank you.
President Pellett, we thank you for those words and for your willingness to assume the presidential duties of this college. We're happy to have you with us, and we look forward to working with you as you lead us into the future. Please rise. And join me in another round of applause for Dr. Pellett. And please remain standing and join Brenna Bennett in the singing of our alma mater, and remain standing for the benediction following that. The words are printed in your program. Pastor Brian Groves will now give the benediction.
Father in heaven, we once again want to thank you for so many blessings, and thank you this time of coming together and hearing these wonderful words as we inaugurate our president, Dr. Tracy Pellett. I know there are challenging days ahead. I pray that you will give him clear vision as to where he needs to take this college, and may you give him wisdom in the decisions that are made. Most of all, I pray that those decisions would be made according to the principles we find contained in your word. And we ask that you continue to give him a servant's heart. And now may the Lord bless you and keep you and make his face shine upon you and give you peace from this day forward. In the name of Jesus I pray. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated and remain seated for the academic recessional that closes this installation ceremony. For those of you who have confirmed your intentions to attend the inaugural dinner, your transportation to the Mollahan Center will be available in the front of the Fine Arts Center immediately following the recessional. I offer sincere appreciation to each of you for joining us to celebrate the beginning of a new chapter in the history of Glenville State College. Will those in the academic recessional please rise?